Hi guys, welcome back. It's Alex, and today I have for you a studio vlog slash sketchup slash process of this acrylic and mixed media piece. So this is my third and final senior thesis piece. My BFA exhibition is actually up until tomorrow. I go and collect the pieces next week. They're all still available as of this moment, so if you're interested in any of them, let a girl know. But we're starting right off with my gesso board, and I've transferred the sketch. This is actually all acrylic wash. I was originally going to be doing this on watercolor paper, but I didn't have any large enough, so I decided to use this, but to use watercolor, I had to watercolor gesso, which I had never used before and was very terrifying because it goes on white and dries clear, but basically once you use it, it creates an absorbent ground that you can then use to paint watercolor on top of, which is what I needed to do to make this piece happen the way I wanted it to happen. So yeah, very terrifying business. And I kind of applied it the same way I've applied gesso in the past, like on acrylic pieces with the one stroke down, one stroke up to blend it kind of deal. But I did the figure separately, as you saw. So yeah, lots of stuff going on right now. I am officially graduated from college. I am out of art school, so that is very weird. Considering I started this YouTube channel multiple years prior to me even thinking about going to college and all of that business. So thanks for being here. I'm very excited. I have lots of things coming up soon. I actually have a solo show next month. It's going up June 9th, and I'm going to give you all the information for that in the description box down below. I'll have a handy-dandy little link to where it is and all that sort of stuff. But if any of you remember my solo show from 2018, it's going to be at the same place, the Fuller Public Library, so I'm very excited about that. Here you can see a bit of the sketching process for the piece, and you may be thinking, Alex, this seems really similar to that piece you did before in high school, and yes, you are correct. So this is a riff on my piece Deep from, I believe, 2017 or 2016, and this was one of the pieces I used to apply to art schools with, but I don't feel that I executed the concept as well as I could have. I really do like it. I think it's interesting. I think I drew the boobs weird, but I wanted to work again with that same sort of color palette, but with some actual depth this time, and that really pingy blue in the background, but more of a Maxfield Parrish blue rather than the kind of light colored one I did in the first version. But I also, thankfully, wanted to do this piece in watercolor. So some of the deepest shadows are done in a dark purple. I guess the lighting from below with the light blue, that's Horizon Blue by Holbein, and I love it so much. You're right, 16-year-old me. I do love that color. So here's what it started to take shape as. I sketched in the fish with a water-soluble seamstress's pencil, which was a great plan, and it worked great on the watercolor gesso until I realized that they would melt away as soon as I added the watercolor to them. So I took some reference pictures of what they looked like and had to just go for it. So that was very interesting. I got to work with some mediums that I don't normally work with, like gouache, but I knew I definitely wanted this piece to be an adventure in mixed media. Originally the background was supposed to be oil, but I think using the acrylic wash first with that gesso on top really allowed me to get that deep blue that I wanted. Here are some photos of my senior studio space. It was affectionately called The Hole. It was about 5 feet wide and 15 feet deep, so it was basically like a glorified hallway, and I loved it. I do have a little bit of footage, like a walkthrough tour, but I figured these pictures kind of capture the nice aesthetic for you. I'm really gonna miss my lamp that was in there. But yeah, I'm a graduate now. I'm a BFA holder now. My degree actually hasn't come in the mail yet, so I'm not quite there yet, but I did graduate. So at this point, it was getting pretty close to the end of the semester, and I finally put the finishing touches on this one with some fine tech. And then when I went to rinse off my brush, I realized that the jar had somehow gotten water under the layer of fine tech sediment at the bottom and made like this kind of dancing nipple, which kind of fun, so I filmed it. In the meantime, I was also working on my other thesis piece. This is 2 out of 3, and this one's called Blue Hour. It's a watercolor mixed media piece on Canson XL cold press watercolor paper, and I had a really fun time working on it. It was one of those pieces that has a really long ugly stage, which I think those ones are always so much fun because then you get to compare pictures, because at one point it looked like this, which is okay. I mean, I was willing to rough it out, and then it looked like this, which it looked like this for a long time, and then eventually it looked like this. Ta-da! So, process, ugly stages, seeing things through. I also started listening to Mitski, so that was fun. That was a lot of my senior semester because then I got my work framed, which was a whole tale in and of itself. My friend Jackie from Senior Studio actually helped me do all of the mats and all of the frames. My mom helped me renovate the frames themselves, and Jackie helped me do my hanging elements and the mats, and this is what they look like all hung up. I am just so grateful to everybody who helped make this a reality. I'm so happy with how the collection turned out. And then this was the last week of school, and so I had to take some obligatory artist in studio photos in my gorgeous and ephemeral senior studio. But then it was time for the BFA exhibition. I got all dressed up in my Amazon Lyrica Matoshi dupe dress and had a wonderful time. So many of you made it out to see me, and I am so thankful. Then after that, it was time to graduate. I graduated from New England College, summa cum laude, with a fancy little BFA. I am so excited to see where everything else takes me, and I'm so excited to keep making work, keep making good art, and I really hope you enjoyed seeing the process behind this piece. I'm gonna have more stuff out really soon. I'm doing a lot. Don't forget to check the description box down below for the information on that show if you are interested, and subscribe if you want to stick around and see what I'm up to next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Voisin, voisine, désolé si je trouble votre tranquillité. Quand je passe parmi vos maisons, pardonnez-moi cette intrusion. Le terrain était vague sans vous, et puis je vous ai vu débarquer, immobilisé dans la boue, vos caravanes bigarrées, affairées du matin au soir, vous ne levez jamais la tête.